This lesson is about arguments. Our essential question is, what is an argument? Now, usually when two people get into a little competition or a debate or disagreement with one another, that could result in a physical fight. When you're arguing with someone, and what we're going to call an argument in class or in ELA or in literature or in the text, it's the argument or the punches that you see thrown right here are actually words being hurled at someone else's opinions or ideas. So our first basic term is argument. Okay. Now I'd like for you to write this Cornell style. And so I've given you an example here of Cornell notes. So you know that your terms go on the left side, whereas your definitions, descriptions, and examples go on the right side. So what is an argument? An argument is a type of disagreement or fight. An argument is a type of disagreement or fight. And arguments have several parts. And actually, there are 4 parts that we're going to cover right now. The first part of an argument is, let me back up. When two people or groups disagree, they're usually trying to convince the other group or party to change their mind about a topic. And we'll go more into topics when I actually give you guys a copy of an argument to take a look at. Basically, a topic is going to be the 1-word or 2-word phrase that the argument is about. So, for example, if I tell you that KFC is the best fried chicken restaurant in all of the world, the topic of that argument would be fried chicken restaurants. Okay, so as a topic, it would be fried chicken restaurants, but the argument would be sort of my opinion about that topic. So, my opinion about the best fried chicken restaurants in the world. There are 4 basic parts of an argument, and let's talk about those. The first part of an argument is called a claim. The first element of an argument is called a claim. Claim is an opinion that an author is trying to prove or convince the reader of. The claim gives the author's opinion about the topic. So remember, I just talked to you about topics. So claim is an opinion that an author is trying to prove or convince the reader of. We could replace that word author with artist, movie director, screenwriter, poet. So in any genre of literature or movie, there could be an argument. There could be someone's opinion that they're trying to support with evidence and reasons. And we'll get more into that in just a second. So here's an example claim. Students are more likely to attend school if it starts after 8 a.m. So in this example, our topic would be attendance or truancy. And so the author of this statement, their opinion about attendance is that you could improve it if school started later. So that means you think the problem with attendance or truancy is that school just starts too darn early. And that's possible. Premium gasoline is better for your car than regular gasoline. So it is an opinion, right? It's an opinion. Is it provable? Is there a way to prove that this claim is true or false? And yeah, we could prove that. If we got 2 cars and filled one of them up with premium gas and filled the other one up with regular gas, and we just let them drive, right? Let's say they drove around Darlington Raceway until one of them ran out of gas. So the one that runs out of gas first, we would say that one got, excuse me, the one that cuts off first means that it runs out of gas first. That one got worse gas mileage. And the car that went farther got better gas mileage. And let's say the car with the regular gas went farther than the car with the premium gas, right? Or the car with the premium gas goes further than the car with the regular gas, right? That would prove which one gets better gas mileage. If the car is exactly the same, if the drivers weigh the exact same amount, if all those kind of little details are the same, we could prove which type of gasoline gives your car better gas mileage. So let's practice forming our own claims. This is Kevin Durant. He's my wife's cousin. Not like her first cousin. We don't go to his house for Thanksgiving or anything like that. But like her 3rd or 4th cousin. So he's the topic of our claim. So here's our opinion that we're going to try and prove about Kevin Durant. The Golden State Warriors are a better team with Kevin Durant. The Golden State Warriors are a better team with Kevin Durant. So that's an example claim, right? We're making one together, and please write this down. The Golden State Warriors are a better team with Kevin Durant. The second element of arguments are called reasons. And reasons are really, really, really simple. And it's easy for students to confuse them, but I want to make it as simple as humanly possible for you. So reasons are a statement that explains what the author believes. Now, Mr. Spears, what the heck does that mean? So here's a very simple explanation of what a claim, or excuse me, what reasons are. So the claim is the opinion the author's trying to prove. The reasons are sort of, in your own words, why the claim is true. So reasons explain the claim in your own words, and that's really, really simple to remember. And reasons connect the evidence to the claim. And so we'll talk more about that when we get to evidence. So let's think of a reason why the Warriors are a better team with KD. And we know KD means Kevin Durant. Warriors are a better team with KD because he adds another scorer that teams struggle to defend against, right? He puts another person on the floor who can shoot the ball. And we know he's really good at shooting the ball. So that supports the claim. That helps to prove that the claim that the Golden State's a better team with him, like that helps to support that. But this reason is in my own words, right? There's no fact in that. I haven't pointed to, any statistics, any numbers. I haven't pointed to anything factual. But I've only said that, hey, in my own words, just as basically sort of still an opinion, but in my own words, here's why my claim is true. The third part of an argument is called the evidence. And this is important. This is where we get to factual things. And evidence includes facts, meaning things that we know have already been proven as true, right? So facts. Documentation. By documentation, I mean like contracts or report cards. Like I could use your report card as evidence that you got straight A's in the first semester of your sixth grade year in middle school, or in your first grade. In first grade you got straight A's in or whatever, right? Like that'd be a document. Or we could point to like the Declaration of Independence, or the Constitution, or any of your texts, right? Like I could ask you to go to a text and prove to me that Edgar Allan Poe wrote with sad and somber tones, or he created sad and somber moods, right? Like that could be a document that would be proven. Testimony, meaning that firsthand accounts. When I say firsthand, I mean people who were actually in a place. So if I asked you about 9/11, the testimony of a firefighter who actually was at ground zero, is what we call the Twin Tower after it was knocked down or whatever. We called it ground zero. So the testimony, an interview with someone who was actually there, would count as a firsthand account. So when you guys go back to your home schools from DCIS, someone eventually is going to ask you what it was like. And so you will be able to give a firsthand account, and that would be evidence of what DCIS is like. So facts, documentation, or testimony used to prove a claim, support an argument, or help reach a conclusion. All right. And then there are just types of evidence, and I don't want you to get too bogged down in this. There's number evidence. So, dates, times, measurements, number of people who eat cheeseburgers, or the amount of chicken, meaning in pounds, the amount of chickens that KFC sold compared to the amount of pounds of chicken that churches sold, right? So those would be numbers that we could point to. So let's find some evidence here. And I did a little bit of research. I found some evidence to support the claim we made that, hey, the Golden State Warriors are a better team with Kevin Durant. So here's some evidence. This is factual. I went on the NBA's website and I found this. So KD, or Kevin Durant, averaged 35.2 points in the 2017 NBA Finals when he was a Golden State Warrior. His lowest scoring game in the series was 31 points. This is factual. This shows that, hey, Kevin Durant is improving the team, because look how many points he's scoring. Here's another example. It's not related to our Kevin Durant argument that we're making. Cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable disease and death in the United States. It causes more than 480,000 deaths every year, or 1 out of every 5. If you look around the room that you're in right now and there are 5 people, at least one of you is likely to die from cigarette smoke or a cigarette smoking related disease of some sort. And in the room I'm in right this moment with students, there are 5 people. So at least one of you could possibly die from something related to cigarettes. That's interesting. And it could be me because both of my parents smoke, but I don't smoke. The second type of evidence is statistics. So if I conducted a survey of the 80 to 100 students that are currently enrolled in DCIS, and let's say we did a survey because we want to find out, maybe we want to sell ice cream here. And so I want to do a survey to know what kind of ice cream I should sell. Well, we would call this market research if we were in a business class. So we want to find out what percentage of students like one of my favorite ice cream sandwiches, whatever you want to call it. I love the ice cream Twix bars. Like, I love that. So out of the 100 students, maybe only 20 people like the little ice cream Twix bar, like the one that I like. But let's say the other 80 students like Nutty Buddies. So are we going to buy Nutty Buddies or are we going to buy Twix bars? Well, we're going to buy Nutty Buddies because more people, 80 people out of the 100 like Nutty Buddies. So if we want to sell lots of ice cream and make lots of money, we're going to sell people what they want. So based on a survey that we could do, right, we could determine how many people like, whatever type of ice cream that we're offering, or let that determine what kind of ice cream we're going to offer. All right, so here's some more facts. Next to alcohol, marijuana is the second most frequently found substance in the bodies of drivers involved in fatal automobile accidents. So along with alcohol, or after alcohol, we are most likely to find marijuana, or weed, if you don't know what marijuana is. We're most likely to find marijuana in people's systems when they die in automobile accidents. So if we have 100 car crashes that result in people dying, alcohol, statistically, right? So more than likely, most of those people had alcohol in their system, but right after alcohol, marijuana is the second most likely thing that we're going to find. The final part of an argument is a counter argument. This is also called a counterclaim. So I will use those interchangeably. So a counter argument or a counterclaim. Counter means against. So in this picture, let me go back to it. Picture of these guys fighting. Okay, if you notice, the guy in the red has punched. Like it looks like he swung first, and then the guy in the blue swung after him. This is what I'm guessing. So let's say the guy in the red is making a claim, and so basically the guy in the blue is making a counter, right? So if I swing at you and you swing back, what you did when you replied to me, that's called a counter. So a counter argument, very simply, is the argument against the argument I'm trying to make. So if I argue that KFC is the best fried chicken restaurant in all of the world, your counter or your argument against what I'm saying could be that, you know what, KFC is not the best, or Church's Chicken is the best fried chicken restaurant in all the world. Okay, or Popeyes, whatever you like. All right, so here's a counter. The Warriors were a championship caliber team before KD got there. So the original claim we made is that the Golden State Warriors are a better team with KD. So a counter would be that no, they're not better with him. They were already as good as they are now before he got there.